Hi, welcome back. I've got the most brilliant guest today in the bathroom. It's Emily Weiss from Glossier. Hello.
Hello.
It's so brilliant to have you on. So you're over in London. Tell us why, first of all, because it's sort of a big deal.
So we're opening in 2 days from now the Glossier pop-up on Floral Street.
So by the time this is out, it will be open. It's open until February.
Yeah.
So you're not, I think for lots of people, especially in the UK, like a bricks and mortar brand. You're a digital brand.
Yes.
And so why is the pop-up exciting for you?
I mean, it's super exciting for us because us being digital first, it enables us to do crazy experiences offline. So instead of having a store where it's all about selling stuff or sales per square foot or commissions or things that make you feel sometimes kind of icky in a beauty store, it's just about having fun. Yeah. It's just about like having a great time. It's all about a celebration of like English heritage, and it's a play on like traditional like members clubs and like English prints, and it's just this amazing almost like collaboration with the city. So I hope it's a lot of fun. Were you there this morning?
No, I wasn't because I was doing something else, but I'm coming.
Okay,
I've just arranged to come,
great.
so I'm definitely coming to see it.
Fantastic.
And I've been to the store in New York, and it's crazy. Do you ever, when you go into the store and you see the girls kind of queuing around, because it's crazy, isn't it? It's really packed.
We have 50,000 people who go per month, every month, to the New York store.
Do you ever go in there and see that and think, like, what the fuck? Like how did this happen?
Yes, literally every time.
So how did it happen? Why beauty, first of all?
I mean, beauty, first of all, because I mean, I love beauty. I grew up loving beauty. I was the girl who like did everyone's makeup before dances in high school. I used to like worship the Stila counter at the Nordstrom Mall when Janine Lobel was doing the Stila with like the little paper, the cardboard, super genius.
The limited,
yes.
Lip gloss.
So she was a genius, and I just loved beauty, and I still love beauty, and I think that we're at such an exciting time in beauty where women and girls are able to really like be in the driver's seat and be their own expert, and then share their knowledge of what they've learned with other people, and watch videos like this where you're learning how to really do things on your own, as opposed to having like experts tell you exactly what to get or, you know, exactly how to look.
Well, I want to come back to that. I want to come back to the philosophy of the brand and the aesthetic, because I think it's such an important part of the picture. But did you think that you would have your own brand, or did it happen by accident?
I mean, kind of a combination. I was always really entrepreneurial. Like I would start up little businesses. I started this company. I mean, literally it was me and my like house baking clay earrings in an oven and calling it Clay Creations and More. Mm-hmm. I still don't know what the
Would
more.
You wear them now?
Maybe the more is Glossier.
Okay.
Like that could be it. So I don't know. I just love like making amazing products for people and seeing the look on their face when they're like, oh my God, how did you know I wanted this? Or this is like so amazing. So I think it's, I could see myself having made a brand.
So when Glossier came along, what I think is really interesting about it as a brand is it came along at a time when I think it's fair to say that the thing that was happening digitally was tons and tons and tons of makeup, right? Mm-hmm. Baking and 6 different eyeshadows and contouring, super heavy contouring. Yeah. And what you did was you launched a colour brand with skin first, right? That was your philosophy. It was all about the skin, and then embellishments could come later on. Why did you think that that would do well, or did you realise the risk you were taking?
I mean, I've never really thought about whether or not something would do well. I've always thought about things from the perspective of what do people want, right?
And what do I want, I suppose?
Yeah, what do I want? And more importantly, like, what am I hearing? Because I was literally doing this in the bathroom of hundreds of women from around the world, interviewing them about their beauty habits for the top shelf on Into the Gloss, which was this blog I started in 2010. So a long, long time ago. And in doing that, I was listening to people telling me what they liked, what they didn't like, what they wish existed. And all of that sort of led to realizing that ultimately great makeup starts with skincare. Mm-hmm. It starts with great skincare. When I was seeing at fashion shows backstage, whether it was me working at Vogue and seeing the makeup artists lay things out, or working backstage at a fashion show. This was all before the blog, a long, long time ago. I noticed that half of a makeup artist's table was skincare. And I was like, but wait, you're supposed to be doing makeup. Like, why are you spending a third of the time doing the makeup, massaging people's skin with skincare and like using chemical exfoliators and masking? And I realized that it's so important to really start with like great skin habits. But at the same time, I was listening to people really complain about like scooping the last bit of $300 eye cream out of the jar and like rationing it out. And I was thinking, this is silly. Why isn't there a luxury brand that is affordable? Like, those two things don't have to be in conflict with each other. You can make really incredible product and have it be not stressful to use it because you're like rationing, you know, expensive creams. So that was all part and parcel for Glossier.
There's quite a clear aesthetic though. You must know that when people think Glossier, they think of a particular look, right? Like a kind of
dewy skin.
Fresh, dewy, healthy. Was that your poison? Was that a thing that you loved already for yourself?
For sure. Like, I've never been personally a big foundation wearer. I've never liked sort of seeing makeup on the face, like seeing it settle into like little lines or seeing it get dried out. I just feel like that if you can achieve that sort of like dewy skin, that's like the skincare holy grail. And for me too, I'm constantly thinking, well, how do you make that last? So how do you make that look of like, you know, you've done 3 serums, you've done, you know, face wash, you've done eye cream, you've done your moisturizer, you've done your sunscreen, but then how do you still look like that at like 4 p.m. after you've been sitting at a desk all day, like typing in the winter, you know? So those are all things we think about, we like obsess over every day.
What degree of involvement do you have in product development? Are you kind of arguing with each other, sending things back, complaining about samples coming in?
Yes.
Tell me what it looks like, the process.
I mean, honestly, it feels like we are at like Apple making product or like NASA. Like, we take it so seriously.
Right.
I mean, it is literally the opposite of fast fashion. If you think of like fast beauty or fast fashion, it's all about like, how do we like crank this out, or how do we like, oh, there's a trend for this or that ingredient, let's like make a product and like do it. I think about, how is this going to be a product that I'm going to use for the next 40 years? Like, no matter what trends come or go, no matter like what's cool, how are the ingredients going to be like still relevant? How are they still going to be efficacious? Like, how is this product going to become like a holy grail X, whether it's like face wash or brow product or whatever it is? I'm thinking, how do we do the best one? And that's like basically what we work on for sometimes a year or 2 years at a time.
So tell me what in the Glossier lineup was just like a massive pain in the ass, or you were a massive pain in the ass because you kept complaining and sending it back till you got the right one.
I think we did for mascara, for Lash Slick, which is one of our like top sellers. I think we did like 230 plus different submissions.
Right.
Like 230. My team wanted to kill me. But it is amazing. Like, this mascara is great. People want it in all different colors now. We get asked for brown all the time. We went to this like tiny supplier in Japan finally to like just like polish the stone and make it amazing. So I would say that one. And even like our fragrance, Glossier You, we did, I think, like 30 something submissions, which I don't know if that's a lot or a little, but I'll never forget the moment when I walked out into like the office and it was late at night and I was coming out of a small room and I opened the door and I walked into the office and I just stopped and said, that's it. And this Melissa was sitting there and she was like, what? I was like, that smell, like that's the one. That is the perfume.
So it was just ambient?
Yeah, because they had just gotten in a sample and they had like sprayed it at their desk. And
is that what you ended up with?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's incredible. It's so addictive. People
are devoted to it, aren't they?
People stop you on the tube, in taxis. I mean, like,
it's musky skin, isn't it? It's kind of sexy,
it's amber, like musk. It's like this very personal fragrance. It smells like your own scent, like your own personal perfume. So it's not like, what perfume are you wearing? It's like, oh my God, you smell so good, you know? Which I just love. And it has like super high rating on our website and reviews, which also never happens with fragrance because it's usually super
it's
polarizing.
So polarizing. Yeah. No, people absolutely love it. Do you think how much, how much kind of philosophy goes into the product lineup in terms of how women feel about themselves? The reason I ask is that when I talk to girlfriends, about Glossier, they kind of think that Glossier is on our side, that it's not changing tons of stuff, and that it's playful. And obviously it's literally playful because you have a whole line around the idea of play. Had we lost the fun, do you think, and the playfulness and the self-acceptance in the beauty industry?
I don't know if we lost it. I feel like the thing that I always kind of had a love-hate relationship with was the idea of expert and the idea of expertise, because there's so much pressure. It's like you go to a counter and you get made over, and then you need to buy all the products in order to do that yourself at home alone.
Yeah.
And that to me is just so much pressure. It's like, how do you, that doesn't feel empowering in terms of like kind of learning what you want to do or how to tweak it or finding your own tools or resources. So I don't know if it lost it because I'm not sure it ever had it, because it was always so much about like, here's what to do, as opposed to like, here are the tools, here's some different things you could do with them. What do you think? And like, what do you like? And let's like talk about that.
That's really interesting, because I do think that's kind of bitten beauty on the backside in a way, that idea of cross-selling everything and getting every single thing from one brand.
Yeah.
Because
How
it's
many
like,
people do that?
no
Nobody.
one does that,
I
because
don't.
it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun at all. You don't even dress your clothes like that. The
No.
idea that you would wear just one label.
I don't even think it's fun. I think it's just about like personal taste and like, where is the room for personal taste? Like, I don't wear all one brand head to toe.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It wouldn't make me feel like I was actually in my power.
Yeah.
I would be like,
Yeah.
oh, I've just outsourced my like style to someone else's vision.
Yeah.
And so I think with beauty, it's the same thing. Like, if you don't want to outsource your style to someone else's vision, why are you outsourcing like your makeup or your beauty or your skincare to like someone else's idea of beauty? You should be able to find your own. And the great thing about social media now is that like, you can do that. Like, you can find information. And we hear this all the time from women in their 50s or 60s who say, I switched to Glossier because I heard about it from my daughter. And like, this is after decades where beauty was passed down.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I
now
learned
it's
about it,
going
and
up.
now it's being passed up because, you know, the 18 to 34-year-olds are the girls who are online looking at YouTube videos, looking at reviews, looking at Reddit threads, like, you know, learning about skincare ingredients. And I think that's like don't you think that's like a really cool time to be in?
Yeah, no, absolutely. The beauty industry hasn't, like, it's never been the way it is at the moment. There's everything to play for, isn't there? And every kind of style and taste is catered for, and every price bracket. When we do these videos, sometimes when we do them with someone from a brand, exactly to your point, I have to go in really, really hard with their representatives saying, no, they have to have other brands. They have to have other brands. I'm not interested if they're just going to show me a load of stuff from their one brand. It's very, very rare that that's allowed to happen, especially these days. But actually, when we were talking to you guys about doing today, they were like, yeah, it's cool. Like, she's got loads of stuff.
Of course.
So should we have a look?
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if I unzipped it and it was literally all Glossier products? It was just
There's
like,
loads and loads and
So
loads
here-
of balm.com.
no, it's all about your routine. I think that's important. And actually, even when we launched Glossier, literally from day one, we were posting Instagram pictures of our products with other products. And no other brand 5 years ago was doing that.
Absolutely not. They're only
Like,
just starting to do it now.
5 years ago, I had brands still telling me they didn't want to hire social media editors.
Yeah.
Like back when I was doing doing
I
Into the
believe
Gloss.
that. I very
So
much believe
anyway,
that.
yeah, let's take a look.
Yeah.
So do you want me to show you here?
Just me.
Okay, great. All right, so first and foremost, I want to
Let me take
just
my coat off. Emily and I
We
accidentally
twinned.
came
We
dressed
twinned.
as one another.
So first of all, I for a really long time never had, I don't know what other word for this, and I don't even know where this word came from, but dop kit? Dop kit?
No.
Okay, is there another word for that? In America we say dop kit, but then again, is that like for men? I think dop kit is like a
What does
whatever.
dop stand for?
I have no idea. Like, I
Okay.
literally don't even know where it came from. Anyway, this is my travel like
Very
bag
nice.
for makeup and beauty. It's a Goyard thing that I had a little EW put on there.
nice.
It's very sad. My mom gave me the initials EWW, so my initials are ew. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
That's like so mean. Didn't she ever think of like a backpack with like monogram,
I mean,
or like a
maybe it was a
Goyard
difficult
travel
birth.
bag?
Maybe it was just a really hard
Maybe,
birth and she just thought you had it coming.
So anyway, basically I'm pretty minimal. I will take exactly this on trips for like 2 weeks. Like this is all I use. That's it.
That's impressive.
So, so let's go through it. So this is a little scary. So, okay.
No, scary's good.
So
we love products.
do you want to go in any order?
Any order, just dump it on me.
Okay, should I dump it first or tell you about that? Okay, fine. All right, so first and foremost...
Can I use the things as you pass them?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So I alternate between 2 face washes. One is the Glossier Milky Jelly face wash. I use that usually when I'm wearing makeup. So if at night, if I have mascara on and makeup, I use Milky Jelly and I double cleanse because it takes off like mascara as long as it's not waterproof and it doesn't strip your skin. In the morning, or if I'm not wearing makeup, I use this Tracy Martyn Amla Purifying Cleanser.
Nice, so that's a morning cleanse.
Yeah, it's like a brightening, lightly exfoliating with fruit enzyme cleanser, so it doesn't have any grains. It's just
so it's a bit of a glow getter.
Yeah, it's a little foamy. It's very gentle. I like really gentle skincare products.
Oh yeah, so you have malic acid, lactic acid, salicylic acid, papaya, vitamin C. Yeah, I can imagine what this does. Okay.
It's great, and it doesn't sting. It's just a very gentle cleanser.
Amla,
I've used this for
cleanser.
almost probably 8 years. Like it's one of the beauty products I've used the longest. Like I buy it over and over and over and over.
So you're someone who likes water.
Yeah.
Who likes a wet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I love that face wash. I mean, what else? I was just in, we just opened Austin pop-up. So I was there like a month ago. Have you ever been there?
No.
It's really cool. It's like, they have
Austin
very cool restaurants.
It's a really cool place in the southern states though, isn't it? My husband went to Austin to a music festival a couple of years ago and said
it's
it was
really
amazing.
cool. So there's this hotel that reminds me a lot of a smaller Chateau Marmont.
Yeah.
It's called Hotel Cecilia. It has like 14 rooms. And in the medicine cabinet, in the bathroom, it's all curated with like Santa Maria Novella products.
Oh, wow.
So you open the cabinet, or actually it's all out. And so it's literally like being a kid in a candy store. Like it's like there's a little list and it tells you all the prices and you're just like, because it's just, it's like 30 different Santa Maria Novella products. Like the toothpaste, the burning papers. Have you ever seen the burning papers? It's like little incense papers. So I don't know if this is funny. I literally don't know if this is made by Santa Maria Novella or not. Like this could be some random other brand.
Oh, I like the packaging
But it's
though.
called Amber Oil, and it's literally like some random essential oil that says Nemat International Inc., 7th Street, Union City, CA. So I don't think this is made by Santa Maria Novella.
So what do you use
It's a perfume.
this for?
This is just an oil perfume. So this is the only thing I took out of the little cabinet, and it's one of the main ingredients in Glossier U. So that's probably why I like it.
I was going to say it's a similar vibe,
Yes.
the kind of musky amber warm
Exactly.
thing.
So I literally got this like a month ago, and this is what I've been wearing in the morning. It's just
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
So you can put this on over that, or I've just been using it like on my own, especially when I travel, because I don't want to take like the big one. But it's like so cute and random.
It's really cute.
So that's the little fragrance.
Do you still have the beauty junkie mentality? Do you see something still and go, oh, I want it, I want it?
Yes, I do, but I'm also just so picky. So I'm not like, oh, I want it just because of the packaging, for example.
No.
Like I'm super into incense right now, and so I'm looking to figure out like what's the best incense brand. Like, you know, I'm trying all these different ones, and then once I find it, I'll probably just keep repurchasing it. But yeah, totally. I'm like a complete product like aesthete. Aesthete? Yes. Okay. This is so balms. So one of our first 4 products that we made at Glossier was like the perfect balm. What I wanted was, I love homeoplasmine, the French pharmacy, the waxiness of it. Yeah. I also love the lanolin that's in like a Bite lip mask, the Bite agave lip mask. Do you guys have that?
Bite used to be in Selfridges. It's not there anymore.
Okay, so
I think it might be coming back.
So lanolin's like sheep's wool, you know, super thick.
It's like Lana lips, right? I love lanolin.
So I love those 2 things. So Balm.com is inspired by those. We made this very waxy, I don't need to tell you about this, but it's this very, very thick, almost like lip mask quality. Yeah. So it fills in like little lines. It's a really good base for lipstick. And then we basically just went wild. And we were like, what are all the, first we did original. So we have originalbalm.com. Now I think we have like 6 or 7 different scents and flavors.
So there's mango and there's birthday cake, isn't there?
So this is my favorite. This is birthday.
So this is your favorite one?
This is my favorite.
Okay.
It's got a little shimmer, it has flavor, and it has scent. And the scent is based on, there's this place in New York called Momofuku Milk Bar by this female chef named Christina Tosi. And she makes these things called birthday cake truffles that are like insanely good. They're like these little balls and they come in a 3-pack like Ferrero Rocher chocolate.
So is this you going into work and saying, I want that, whatever that is, I want it in a balm? Is
Yes,
that you?
but not like with every single product. Like some products come from an intern. Some products come from 3,000 customers. Like all having said a comment. Some come from an office, Slack thread on deodorant, like we come up with products in so many different ways, but it always has to do with like people and people's ideas and like listening to people's ideas. It never comes from what's a hole in the market, what's a trend and like what's an ingredient that's trending on Google, like never.
This is a very different way of doing things because that is how things are done.
I know, but I mean, I just feel like you can learn so much. I'm used to learning about every product through a recommendation. There's not a product that I've ever...
That's what people do. Yeah.
Right? So those are my favorite balms. That's what I use day in and day out. It's also good on cuticles. If I don't have one of those in my bag, I literally get like hives. Like Are you
pulling it out constantly throughout the day?
You don't really have to because it's so thick. I don't like oily balms that sort of slip off and then you're like constantly reapplying. Those are the ones I find. Those are the ones I find are addictive, where they start to actually dry your lips out and then you're peeling off skin.
Yeah, the kind of camphor ones.
Yeah, these are like a mask. So I only use them maybe like 3 times a day. What else is in here? Okay, so this is this weird. Have you ever heard of oil pulling?
Oh yes,
where you swish. Yeah. So it's an Ayurvedic. Sort of originated in India tradition, I believe.
Pulling the impurities off your teeth.
Yes, so you basically just swish coconut oil or sesame oil or there's a few other kinds of oil I think you can do it with around in your mouth for like 10, 20 minutes. And it's said to like clean your gums, like pull out impurities. Anyway, I like it. I do it once in a while. I like this brand. It's called Keeko. Morning mint flavor, overall mouth hygiene, and naturally whiter teeth.
Every day. You're doing this as like a boost.
When I want to feel extra clean and extra self-care, like I'm like, wow, I really went for it today. Like I'm like, it's like the feeling you get when you work out. You're like, man, I went to the gym. Like I'm like such a good citizen. That's how I feel when I do this.
You have to take your word for that.
Yeah. So that's that guy. And you're supposed to spit it in like the trash can because you don't want to pour like oil. You're not supposed to pour fat down your sink.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
You have to be kind to the sewage system.
Yeah. So that's that. I switched to organic tampons.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here you go. It's for you.
Thanks. I do actually have my period, so thanks.
This is a Dove Clinical Protection Deodorant. I need to talk about deodorant for a second.
Please let's talk about deodorant, and let's please talk about the fact that Dove is the nicest smelling deodorant. Men's deodorant is the worst. Men should not wear men's deodorant, in my opinion. They should wear Dove.
Oh, really? I think it's kind of sexy sometimes to like smell.
I'm not into it. I like a men's fragrance, but I don't like the smell of those men's body sprays.
I wouldn't, well, not the body spray. I mean, that's dark.
Yeah,
that's dark. If you're talking about like just a stick, Old Spice or something.
I love the smell of Old Spice.
But this is what I mean. And my boyfriend has one in our like cabinet. Sometimes when he's not there, I'm like, that's nice. Okay,
my husband wears Dove and he's not.
All right, but I need to talk about this for a second because here's the thing. I do not want to wear this deodorant. Like, I don't want to wear this. I want to wear a natural deodorant. I want to like switch to something natural. I switched to a natural deodorant because I keep trying them because I really want us to make one. I like cleared the room wearing this deodorant for like 2 weeks. I'm talking like really bad.
Less popular overnight.
And I had to go back. I had to go back to this one.
You had to go back to the chemical warfare.
Really, if anyone, in the comments can recommend the natural deodorant that really works, I'm really game for it.
I literally can, because I've switched to aluminium free. It's not completely natural, but I've switched to aluminium free.
This works. I mean, I don't know what's in it, and what it's going to do to me later, but right now.
I just love the smell of Dove. I find it comforting.
I know. It's really good. That stuff, it really, really works. All right. Okay, Boy Brow. So let's talk about Boy Brow. So this is Glossier Boy Brow. Guess how many Boy Brows we've sold ever?
Like, it's your biggest seller, isn't it?
I think so.
How many?
2 million.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So 2 million Boy Brows sold over the last probably like 3.5 or 4 years.
That's a lot of eyebrow setting.
So let me tell you, do you want to hear the original story about how Boy Brow was made? I don't even think I've told anyone this.
Okay, good.
All right. So interviewing people about their brow, about beauty with Into the Gloss, I always heard brow gel. Everyone uses brow gel. They love it. They love it because it brushes your brows up, it holds them in place. But I always heard it's crunchy, it's flaky.
It doesn't add any volume.
It doesn't add any volume. I still use a pencil to go in because the gel separates the hairs and then you see the skin through it.
Because as you well know, it was literally hair gel in a mascara wand. That was it.
Well, funny you should say that. So I was at a beauty supply store in California on the way back from our chemist. This was like literally when we were pre-launch of the company, like making the first 4 skincare products. And I was like, I'm just gonna like swerve off the side of the road and go into this beauty supply store, as one does. And there was some random like thing on the side of an aisle, like an end cap, that was this little like paper, like a very like, I don't even know what the brand was. Like it wasn't a brand I'd ever heard of, that had a picture of like a man's mustache, like a handlebar old-timey mustache. And it had a little tube in it, and it said mustache wax, like a metal tube. And then it had a little plastic comb in the box. It was like a little box, and it came in like brown and black. And I was like, interesting. If there is a product that grooms the little like pointy mustache,
really stubborn. Yeah.
I'm gonna put this on my eyebrows.
Okay.
So I bought both of them and I went back to my hotel and I was playing with the little comb and I was using this brow pomade and I was like, wow, if this could be like, X% thinner, X% different color, like if there's a version of this that has a really precise applicator that's good for, like really getting in there with the brows, this would make a really great alternative to brow gel. And that's how Boy Brow happened. So it's inspired by
very good work,
men's mustache wax.
Because it is genuinely brilliant. Because I want it to give fuller brows.
It does. They're feathery. It sort of fluffs them up. We used to call it the Olsen twin brow because the Olsen twins, it was like very feathery brows. And if you look at they have these little sprouts in the front. You want your sprouts to kind of be like sticking up. So I alternate between brown and clear. You do?
Yeah.
Oh, funny. Yeah. Okay. So you know these guys well.
I know them really well.
So that's Boy Brow.
Religiously.
What else do I have in here? Okay, dry shampoo. So I will use mostly any dry shampoo. I like the ones that come, it's not like a name brand that makes it, but I like the ones that are like little talc baby powder shakers.
Exactly, like Bumble do it and Aveda do it when you kind of...
Exactly. Yeah. I like the ones that like you shake it instead of spray it. So I don't have any of the shaking ones, but like I'll take this and always have this in there. This is just called Not Your Mother's Clean Freak Refreshing Dry Shampoo.
And are you using this for styling? Are you quite fine?
Yeah.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, sure.
It's like my hair, it's like thin. Fine.
Yeah, so I need it to kind of make it beefed up. Like it's sort of like if I put it, bulk it up, put it at the root. But I recently learned from someone, because I'm interested in hair, like we're interested in Glossier hair and what that could look like. And someone told me dry shampoo is bad for your scalp because it clogs your scalp.
Well, yes and no. Like it does. You have to get rid of it. You have to wash it out.
Okay.
And it definitely builds up.
So there could be buildup, but it's not inherently bad for your scalp.
It's not inherently bad, but because it's absorbing oils from the roots of your hair, it's also absorbing oil, right? So it gives you a dry scalp.
Okay.
But you have to keep on top of it. You have to get rid of it.
Okay. So just like clean your hair.
Yeah. Keep your hair. It's for the best.
Okay, great. I think, okay. And then I have stuff, let me just see what's in the front, if there's anything like fun in here. So I carry around, I have a lot of like period accessories in here. I carry around Midol. I have Midol in case you need any.
What's that, painkiller? See, I
God,
love...
I hope, I don't even
love
know.
American drugstore drugs.
I don't even know.
I'm always buying like the generic kind of American drugstore stuff because I'm convinced it'll do something different.
Interesting. That's how I feel about French, like French things.
Pharmacies are
Anything
good.
French.
What do you buy in the UK that you don't get there? Anything? It's so globalized now. You can get most things.
Yeah, you can get everything. Like I don't even get anything in Paris that I can't get in the UK. You know what I do want to go see though? There's some new shop in Selfridges called Bully, B-U-L-Y. It's like some luxurious fragrance. Have you heard of it?
Yes, I have heard of it.
It's some Italian, like super, it's kind of like Santa Maria Novella. It's like a high-end, super expensive perfumery.
Yeah, and they have a space in the basement, I think, in the homeware section.
So apparently it's really gorgeous. It's like this immersive space and like really amazing products. And I love anything that's just heritage, artisanal, like things that are like recipes or
anything fragrance.
Yeah. So I have this Lash Slick mascara. So this is in the front pocket here, which is our film form mascara that washes off with.
I find mascara generally to be the most dissatisfying product in beauty.
Have you used this one?
Yes, but I smudge everything.
This does not smudge.
Right, I'm gonna
give this. You can have it. It's literally brand new. It's amazing.
But don't you think it's the most dissatisfying category in beauty?
Why do you think I made 230 versions of a mascara?
I think generally women are unhappy with mascara.
Try this one. It's basically inspired by, have you ever noticed how, you have daughters or sons? Sons. What were their eyelashes like when they were, say,
like mega
3?
Long. Yeah, hugely long.
Super shiny.
Yeah.
Really long.
And soft.
And really soft.
Yeah.
This is little boy eyelashes in a tube. So it's like wet looking, long, really defined. It's not volume. Like don't use this if you want like thick, chunky eyelashes. If you want like beautiful angel little boy eyelashes that look kind of like beautiful extensions.
Did you ever consider calling it boy lash?
No, no. I think we've got our boy brow because it's truly a lash slick. It's like having like a little slick of like shine and darkness.
Can you remember forever ago?
It's like angel eyelashes, and it doesn't smudge. Does not smudge.
I will go in hard and see what happens. Can you remember when we were growing up and you were obsessed with Stila? Can you remember they did that product Lash Rain and it sold out? Oh my God.
What was it?
It was a limited edition. It was called Lash Rain and it came in green or blue and it made your lashes look soaking wet with like a tiny hint of colour. And it sold out so quickly and people used to buy it on eBay for like £150.
No, but it was mascara. It was coloured mascara.
Yeah, and it kind of didn't really do much, but just the idea of it, like Lash Rain was so exciting.
Shiny, long, beautiful lashes. That's Lash Slick. All right, let me see if there's anything else. Some contacts. I'm getting LASIK in 2 weeks. I'm like such a nerd. I'm talking about my like Midol and my like LASIK eye surgery. This is supposed to be like a glamorous makeup.
Are you short-sighted?
Here, you want a Band-Aid? I mean, this is getting really embarrassing.
Show me the Band-Aids. Show me what you've got in there.
This is so embarrassing. Okay.
Unless it's medication with no dress on.
I'm supposed to be a beauty founder. Okay, hold on. No, that's it. I mean, I've got some like toothpaste.
What's your kind of, apart from Balm.com, what's like your ride or die Glossier that you can't be without?
Honestly, I would say Balm.com Boy Brow. I mean, I brought it all. Balm.com Boy Brow, and then the Glossier You fragrance, and then Futuredew, which just came out. Have you tried it?
Yes, I've reviewed it. I loved it.
It's so, what do you like about it?
Well, I like a wet, kind of dewy finish.
Yep.
Because I'm super dry, so I like to feel like dewy.
You liked, yeah, I mean, it's beautiful.
It's really nice with, worn on its own with concealer buffed into it.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
I am very excited about Futuredew because someone recently said to us that it's a good skincare snack. And I was like, what is a skincare snack? And she said, it's that thing you do when you're at work and it's like 3 p.m. and you need a skincare snack.
Like,
so
a kind of hydrating mist moment.
Yes, so she's saying, she's like tapping it, like going like this and tapping it on the tops of her cheekbones, around her eyes, bridge of the nose, so that you're like light and fresh, like in the middle of the day. Mm-hmm. But this product, it's funny because I was calling it long wear skincare because it literally lasts up to 12 hours.
Yeah, it sits nicely.
I really beautiful.
Like it.
I use it as a moisturizer now, like over my entire face in the morning. And then I actually haven't done concealer or foundation into it. I just do that. And then maybe I'll do a little bit of mascara and like a little bit of balm. But I find the finish that this makes your skin is like
Yeah, I love
out of
it.
this world.
I love it. I think it's one of your best products.
Yay! Thank you. It's apparently doing super well in the UK. Like every time I see,
it's kind of quite a British vibe, I think. That kind of look, sort of dewy cheeks and kind of plumpness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it too.
So then the other two things that I brought, which are like critical, I don't travel with them, but these are like mainstays in my bathroom. Obviously I don't travel with like 4 pounds of Epsom salts, but I love a bath. And I take baths every night basically from like October through April.
Yeah.
And I'll do one every night. So I will pour this entire thing. Like I do, like I sweat. I like pour this all in there and I am like ready to go.
How does it make you feel?
It's cheap. Like very relaxed, like just like zen. I don't meditate. Like I wish I did, but I don't. And so my bath is a little bit like, it makes me feel like I'm meditating.
So you don't travel with these, but you know when you get...
I buy them everywhere. Like this is from Boots.
Yeah, you can get them
wherever
anywhere.
I am, yeah, it's like $3. It's super cheap.
So when you disembark from a plane, do you feel like you've gained 2 dress sizes? I always do.
Yeah,
like I'm enormous.
A little bit, but that might be the wine.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, that's like the two glasses of wine.
You want
for me, not you. I don't know why you're bloated. That's why I'm bloated.
For me.
So this is the Christophe Robin Baby Blonde Hair Mask. I do not use it as a mask. I only use it as a conditioner. So I don't know what happens if you leave this on for 20 minutes. Maybe your hair turns purple. But
whenever I'm in New York, every single beauty industry person uses Christophe Robin.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I don't use all of his products. This is probably the only one I use.
That's quite a satisfying color, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, so I hate any warmth in my hair. So anytime that I get highlights or in my life that I've ever had color.
You don't want honeyed caramel.
I don't want caramel, I don't want honey, I don't want a food group. Yeah. I want like ash brown, bone dry,
like an eyebrow color.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want like super cool hair tone.
Like Parma
so
violet.
even though this says it's supposed to be for blondes,
it's knocking out the warmth.
It's knocking out any warmth, I think. So
no, I agree. I don't want warmth either.
Really?
No.
I don't know who does. I'm starting to wonder, like, who's that girl?
Yeah.
I'd like to meet her.
Yeah.
Like, I want to understand.
I don't love it either. No, I like cool. And I'm the same with, like, eyeshadows and stuff. I want a cool brown. I don't want a warm
interesting.
brown.
See, I'm the opposite, but I have brownish eyes.
And I have green.
So I want, like, purple. I want, like, reddish, coppery. I like warm eyeshadows.
Understood.
Yeah.
Your aubergine pencil's very good on green eyes.
Oh, good. Yeah. From Glossier Balm.
Yeah, it's very good.
Cool. And I think that's it. I mean, the only other things I have, I'm trying to drink more water. So this is when we did our Seattle store, we always do site-specific merch. So we collaborated with Nalgene, and this is like our logo from the Seattle store. Mm-hmm. And this is perfect because it fits in my purse. But I'm also so proud of myself. Like I only just started doing this in the last, year. Like,
is that something that's like a focus for you as a brand, trying to cut down on your plastic use?
Reduce, like reduction of any sort of like, superfluous packaging is like really important to our community and really important to us. So I got really excited. These sold out. You can buy these, literally these are on eBay for
really?
Oh my God, for like 4 times what they sold for.
Yeah, with the Stila Lash Rain from the 90s.
I know. Can you imagine what that looks like right now?
I know. Probably very, very dry.
And that's it. That's what's in my bathroom. I mean, that's it. That's like the whole kit and caboodle. I literally just have like boring stuff in here now, like toothpaste and deodorant and floss.
Great.
Yeah.
I love how mixed up it is. Like, I love how many different things you've got. It's so hard to get people to talk about lots of different brands, and you've been completely game.
Yeah, the only other thing I'd say is I'm really not using any other stuff. Like, someone did my makeup today, but during the day, I don't really wear any other makeup. So there's nothing in here that isn't in here that I'm using. This is kind of the whole thing.
Okay, so imagine if you're at work and you're kind of pared down and like these little bits and you feel nice, and then you get an invitation to go somewhere like cool and party like that evening. What are you going to do to mix it up? You have no makeup artist. I'm not allowed.
That's when I have Glossier Play. So I do usually have like an eyebrow. I'm here for 2 days, so I actually do edit this, like depending. But it's the same amount of stuff. It's like the same total number of items. Yeah. But I'll like change out 2 products or something like that. So maybe instead of bringing, I don't know, like Lash Slick, I'm bringing like Vanillic Lip. you know? So I'll bring like a vanillic lip somewhere. I actually have 2 in my bag. So I have like a really strong like lip or like a little eyeliner, but that's it.
Pared down.
I'm really pared down right now. You know why? I think it's because, have you ever noticed how like fashion editors, they wear like all black?
Exactly.
It's like, it'll be like some crazy fashion editor, designer, and they just wear all black. And I think it's because they're surrounded all day by like fashion and making fashion.
Yeah.
It's not even fatigued. It's just that all the creativity that I used to do myself in my bathroom, I now like do in the lab or like, you know, with people, or I'm asking people about it. So I'm not actually, I used to experiment at home, whereas now I experiment at work.
Yeah.
But I'm still just as engaged, it's just not on my face.
It's being poured into another place.
Yeah, it's like in another dimension.
So what's next? What's your ambition for Glossier?
I mean, I want to change how the world sees beauty. I want it to not be this like narrow definition of what products are on my face, or what am I doing to my hair, or what's my body image. I want it to be about seeing beauty as a value and seeing beauty like in your day, like beauty in your everyday, beauty in your life, like, you know, having a beautiful experience, not just about like how you look, like having a beautiful interaction. And I think, you know, when people engage with our products, it helps them engage with each other, like people are getting to know each other through the common denominator of our brand. And when you start to then take the brand into the 3D world in our stores, it's kind of like, it's sort of like seeing the world through Glossier colored glasses. And I think that means something very like joyful, something very like free, and something that makes people smile.
You're obsessed with community as a brand, aren't you? Like you're obsessed with your women and your
yeah.
men, I guess. You must have lots of boys too.
I mean, we're all on our phones, you know, like everyone's so digital these days and so kind of isolated, even though we're so connected through social, that I just feel like you need sort of common denominators, and you need like, one of the common denominators is the values, I think, of a brand or the values of a company and what they stand for, and people that kind of gather around that and share the same interests, you know? Like that used to happen with, I don't know, it happens with sports for some people. It happens, you know, no one's like giving like guys shit for how much they like sports.
Yeah.
They just do, and they don't feel like ashamed about it.
Yeah.
And I want the same thing for beauty.
Yeah, no, I've always said this. Nobody goes up to a man.
You're never going to be able to close that.
Nobody goes up to a man and says, I can't believe you spent all that money going to see a football match. But girls get that all the time about perfume, about face cream. Or
totally.
Whatever it is. Yeah, no, it's totally bullshit.
Thank you so much. This was great.
And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.